Hello everyone. So I'm back to YouTube after 2019 and I thought about reviving this channel. So I had a few ideas for this channel. Uh, First of all, I installed this camera so that you guys can see me as well now. Uh, so I had a lot to discuss. Basically, over the years, I've been playing a lot of video games and I thought those would be a very good topic for discussion and content for my videos as well. So, the first game that I would like to discuss today is Lost Ark. So, Lost Ark is a game that was originally released in 2017 back in Korea. So, Koreans had this game already. So, Lost Ark released in the NAEU back in 2022. At the time, I was looking to play a new game. So, a lot of friends they kind of persuaded me into this game. I used to play a lot of Path of Exile originally, but at the time it was a Sentinel League and I didn't really enjoy that league. So I was looking to play something fresh, and Lost Ark checked all the boxes. Because of the combat, I really was into it, and I used to play a sorceress as my main character, and I played this game for 5,000 plus hours. It's on my Steam, so I think I'm in a good spot to let everybody know the situation, why I quit this game, the things that uh, eventually happen to you after you have spent this much time in the game. So this could serve as a guidance for new players and could also serve as a rant. So let's get into it. So everything boils down to 5 reasons why I had to quit Lost Ark. Number 1 was the tedious daily grind. You had 2 Chaos Dungeons, 2 Guardians, and it was twice per character, right? So if you have 6 characters, you had to do 12 Chaos Dungeons, 12 Guardians. They did reduce the Guardians later on. They made it once per day, so it was 6 Guardians. But the Chaos Dungeons they also improved. They added what were those Essence of Fate and whatever, but those were really rare, and I don't think that made up and for the tediousness that you repeatedly had to go through every day for Chaos Dungeons and Guardians in particular. So now imagine you're coming from a 9 to 5 job, you are already mentally stressed out, you're tired, and then you log into Lost Ark and you had to deal with those dailies, which take more than an hour or 1.5 hour or 2 hours, depends. But Lost Ark started to seem like a second job for me, and at that moment I realized that there are games that are better, games that respect your time, games that we can play not to get stressed out again. And getting stressed out brings this video to my second point, and that is the community, the gatekeeping, and the Legion raids. It all amalgamates into one topic because Legion raids are performed in a group. So you had 8 people, a group of 8 people, or sometimes some raids require 4 people. But those raids had really punishing mechanics. So what that did was, even out of the 8 members, even if a single member makes a mistake, the entire raid has to suffer, and sometimes we had to restart the raid because it resulted in a raid wipe. So imagine if a boss has 250 health bars and you brought it down to 10 health bars. One guy makes a mistake, the entire team wipes, and you have to start all over again from the 250x health bars. And that wasted a lot of time. You cannot make commitments while you are raiding in Lost Ark. You have a friend waiting for you. You have given him an hour, and you launch a raid, for example Walton, and everybody keeps hitting Walton when he's on the counter thing. And what happens is, if you hit him in the counter thing, he will push the entire 8 players, everybody, off the roof, until and unless you are a gun lancer. Of course, you have some sort of push immunity. But things like that repeatedly happening made me realize that this might not be the game for me, right? So you play games to release stress, right? You play games to, after 9 to 5 hours grind, you are coming with already a dead brain, and you have to perform those daily activities, you have to perform your weekly raids on 6 characters as well, by the way. And now imagine the amount of stress that this game was putting on. Now the third point that is also related to raids as well is the community. There is a lot of gatekeeping in the community right now. People have there are really saturated groups of people. People only play with those they know, that have grinded like them, that have spent a lot of cash in the game to achieve the end game results. Like people will only play with those that are beefed to the tip, like they have the end game Light of Salvation 30, Legion Commander card set at 30 and whatnot, because because the game promotes it. Why? The Legion raids are so difficult, nobody wants to spend time repeatedly playing the same gate, wiping on the same mechanic, because someone new makes a mistake, they didn't learn the raid mechanics properly. So people will only play with those they know and those that are beefed. So that is a really that's a really sad thing, because that way new players cannot get into raid groups, especially those that don't have friends to play with, that don't have guilds. And a few of my friends that were new quit the game simply because of that. They were getting gate capped every single day. They were getting gate capped from Vicus raids, even a raid that is so old, even one man can carry the entire raid, but they were still getting gate capped. So here's the thing: if you are a new player in 2024 and you are looking to get into Lost Ark, don't get into this game, because there are a lot of better MMOs you can play right now, which also respect your time. There's another thing. So there was a support shortage. It was always a thing in Lost Ark, and at least back when I used to play. So you had to wait hours upon hours to get that support character in your raid group for a 20-minute raid. Now imagine waiting so long, then after that you get a support. The support makes mistakes, your raid wipes, and then we quit, and then we had to wait more hours to get another support. So that eventually added up so much time that you had to spend inside Lost Ark, and I personally started to hate it. I hated every aspect of waiting for supports. There were a lot of things that you can do outside Lost Ark. You can tend to your garden, you can play with your pet, you can visit your friends. But what are you doing instead? You are waiting for a support to enter your raid group. Imagine that. Now on to my next topic, which is the accelerated rate at which we were getting content. So how is that an issue? While we were eventually catching up to Korea, but Korea used to get content after every 1 year to 6 months. So they had the time to prepare for the upcoming raids and whatnot. But in NAEU we were getting content after every 3 to 4 months, and free players, people that didn't spend enough time in the game, couldn't catch up. They couldn't reach there in time. Yes, you did not need to do raids in the first week, but the FOMO always used to kick in. And the issue is that you spent 8 weeks, for instance, grinding Belshazzar gear. Okay, that's the top end gear for now. You are all set. You can take a break from the game. No, but wait, Akan is coming. And now when Akan releases, you have 8 weeks to grind Akan all the way like you did Belshazzar. And herein lies the catch, right? So there's a cycle that kept on repeating, right? The grind never stopped. You could never take a break from Lost Ark, because if you took a break even for a week from Lost Ark, when you return, your gear will be outdated. People would have reached new heights and whatnot, and you would feel like, damn man, I have to grind all the way again. And that kind of stress is not something everybody wants to deal with. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the video. Let me summarize the points I put forward. The daily grind, the Legion raids that are so punishing that you had that there was no margin for error, waiting for supports, and the gatekeeping, and and also the accelerated pace of things. So all these things combined, you put a lot of stress, right? So I was already getting burned from the daily grind so much, from the weekly raids so much, that I had to stop playing Lost Ark. And there's another MMO that I'm playing these days, which is a lot more time efficient than Lost Ark. So I'll discuss that in the next video, most probably. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I obviously won't ask you to like, share, and subscribe, because you are the master of your own will. If you really did like it, you know what to do. See you in the next video, guys. Peace.